What can you tell us about YouTube? Because you guys have been on that platform for a long time, 9 years, right?
Yeah.
And did all sorts of things with it, grew a business with it. What can you tell us about what YouTube is and the best way to use it and what it's going to become in your mind?
Yeah, I think YouTube is the future. It's even though it's the past and the present at the moment, and a lot of people think it's too late. Out of all the social media networks right now, and where do you want to be putting out, I believe it has the most future proofness to it versus Instagram or anything else, because the content can be there evergreen, and it really has the ability to long tail and gain steam over time. When you create content on YouTube, you really have to see it as planting seeds. And that's what we've done. If you think about the reason, for example, even why we got bought out and purchased, and people saw value in what we built, is because we've built this content platform where we made hundreds of videos on different topics where we added value that is searchable and is still relevant and gains viewership over time that drives business to the actual business itself.
So part of the reason Lugsy sold for the price it did was because of the digital assets that are evergreen and still producing views and traffic and everything.
Exactly, because it becomes intellectual property. And so for anybody right now, for themselves or for their businesses, it is one of the best platforms to build a brand. And what is a brand? A brand, how I define it, is your trust, is your trustworthiness. And the way whether you're a real estate agent or you sell, you're a doctor, or I was in Ukraine, I was telling you, speaking in front of 7,000 people, the presenter before me is a surgeon who does all these surgeries on like YouTube and kind of what you do with like live streaming and things like that with surgeries.
Wow.
And what he was communicating is that because he actually does that, he's able to charge a premium. People actually trust him more and seek him out from all over the world. And he's like, I have clients flying from everywhere to Ukraine to have a surgery because there's more trust. Because they see it, they can interact, and video as a medium is very immersive. It's the closest thing you can get to real life currently. And this is why, for anybody wanting to create a stronger brand for business or for an individual, it's the best network to be.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it looks so simple. It's a video on demand on any app, any app platform in the world, but it's got this like je ne sais quoi of this magic to it, because there's just something there, it's searchable and retrievable, and it can just spread like ideas and feelings like across the globe in such a fast way. And again, it's this evergreen too. Go try to find an old video on Facebook or Instagram, or even search iTunes for something. It's just very, very hard. But YouTube, since it's owned by the largest search engine in the world, it has that. And so I always say, like, we don't really know what YouTube is yet or how it's affected culture. It's already transformed it massively.
It's massive.
But you're right. It's probably just the beginning. Right?
It is, because I always think about also growing up in post-Soviet Union society. What that time created was also mega wealth, these oligarchs and billionaires. And a lot of people, judge, or they look at that time and said, yeah, only if I was at that time, I'll be able to also, if I knew what was happening, I'll be able to gain all this wealth. And this is actually happening right now. Many of us don't realize that we're in the storm until it passes. And, a lot of those moments when you look back in history, like, whoa, that was crazy. When it's actually happening, most people don't realize it's actually happening. And right now, we're living through the most transformative time probably like ever in regards to, work, careers, technology, tools, and accessibility of people to actually have change. People to this day they just probably don't believe in themselves enough that they have as much power as they actually do. There's that famous quote, it's not our darkness, but it's our light, that.
Marianne Williamson.
Yeah, Marianne
running for president.
Anyway,
yeah.
There you go.
It's not the darkness we fear, it's the light, yeah.
There you go. And it's, in a way, people are afraid of the amount of power that is currently given to them as individuals to transform change. It's almost like you can go on YouTube is your stage. You can show up and broadcast yourself right now. It's up to you. No one's stopping you. If you have a phone even, you can do it. It's up to you. So it's that accessible and it's that powerful. You can change the world literally with your phone.
It's so true. And like I push every single one of our students in our academy, like video blogging is a standard thing, you know, and it's a big hang up for a lot of my students. And I'm like, it's the simplest thing. It's literally in your pocket. Within 4 seconds, you could have a video out there and you're done. And at the same time, it's this massive barrier to entry because it terrifies so many people. I've had, you know, CEOs of multi-million-dollar businesses that are terrified to hit Facebook Live and say a few words or to put something up on YouTube. And yet, it's the quickest way to build trust and build a brand. Like if I can see you talk about something you're passionate about for a minute, I'll spend my money with you as opposed to some brand with an app with a faceless corporate, you know, avatar. And yet people are still hesitant because of this social pressure. So it's this weird thing, again, battle in your own brain. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to design your life? Are you willing to go into something that's maybe weird and uncomfortable and embrace this opportunity? Or do you want to, you know, go work in a bank? No.
Well, I think the true question that everyone has to ask is, are you being authentic? Because if you can somehow dial in and get to that part of yourself where you're doing something that you're actually authentically aligned with and you enjoy, that's how you'll be able to put yourself out there. It still will be hard, but there's more opportunity for you to do that. And I think the way to get to that point, you're like, okay, Alex, how do I get there? How do I get to that part of being authentic? Follow what feels good, you know, just slowly. Like you're doing, you know, what are you doing on the side? What do you do on your spare time? You know, for me, I don't know about you, on my spare time, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm consuming books, audiobooks on Audible about self-development, all that stuff. I'm watching informative YouTube videos. That's just what I like to do. And this is why I'm in this industry now that I am of helping people, or, you know, education and things like that. Is because I really enjoy this thing. It's authentic to me, and I want to do more of that. That's why even we sold the business, because, you know, selling hair extensions was, our first muse to make money, but I had to be honest with myself, and that was a hard decision to make, because that was a great business making lots of money, and it had still, the reason somebody bought it is because it has more opportunity to make more money,
right?
And to pay you a higher multiple. But you have to understand, like, be honest with yourself. Is this what I want to continue doing? Is this really authentic to me? And both Mimi and I had to be like, you know what, like, not for the long term. We're grateful for the opportunity. We're grateful for being here, but we have to step back, you know, and really go on in the unknown. So many people were, especially close to us, were shocked when we sold the business, because they're like, well, this is your identity. This is kind of your success. And you're like, yeah, that's fine.